Hey everybody, Fritz here. So it's raining and I have a bad habit of touching grass because, I'm a nerd that feels the need to touch grass. I still have a fairly sizable amount of spray paint left over from the Dragon's Egg project. And if I don't do something with it, it's just going to sit around and get wasted. Um, and I hate to do that. So, got a heat gun. Hopefully, it'll speed up things a little bit faster. Bunch of cheap Dollar Tree paintbrushes. Just got 2-3 packs. May or may not use them. Who knows? We're going to roll with it. Got like 8 cans of spray paint in various colors. Most of them are left over from the Dragon's Egg project. Silver, gold, red, blue, clear, black. Dollar Tree spray paint. Did pick this up from the Dollar Tree. So I think we're going to do something revolved around this. We might even cut up this cardboard and do something interesting with that. But it's a little mobile. It's got a bunch of different shapes and stuff like that. So what I'm thinking is we paint this canvas, do some decoration, maybe some swirls with the brushes, anything to give it some interest, maybe even some texture. This canvas also came from the Dollar Tree, and I have already put 1 coat of white spray paint on it, and well, it's a little tacky, but it's still dry-ish for the most part. Could run over it with the heat gun, but anytime, I know a lot of y'all don't play with canvas very much, but anytime you're painting anything, prime your surface first, especially if you're doing miniatures, plastic, and canvas. It really does help a lot. And you can use, this is what I used. I just used some cheap spray paint to prime it. You can use craft store paint. You can use whatever you're going to use. I started with white because I want the colors to be kind of vibrant. Could go a little crazy and mix in some grays and all sorts of other stuff. But we're getting a little long in the tooth here. So let's open at least one of these. This could be a total failure, so we'll see. The Dragon Egg project turned out super cool. Everybody loves it. I still have the egg. I still haven't clear coated it. I still need to pick off a little excess super glue, or not super glue, hot glue off of it. Just to kind of make it look a little nicer before I put my clear coat on it. Everybody loves the eggs. The spoon idea was really cool. It's interesting. I highly suggest that y'all give that a shot. It's a cheap, fun little project that seems to impress people way more than it should. Smoking a cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. It's bad for you. But I may actually just give the Dragon's Egg away on the Discord, because now that I've done it, I've realized there's better ways to do it, which is the fun stuff about doing things like this that you've never done before, is you realize what you did wrong, and you can go back and redo it and get even more enjoyment out of it. So we're going to start with a little bit of white, and we're just going to put some random zigs and zags and stripes, and we're going to stay fairly close to the canvas. Yeah, make no heads or tails out of that, right, guys? The difference is the paint layer underneath is dry while the top layer is wet, because we do want to be able to smear the paint a little bit. Next up, I'm going to throw some clear coat on it. And that's because, like I said, I want a little bit of a wet surface. Okay. While it's still wet, might few couple random spots of white. All right, let's see here. Let's start with red. This is a really bright red. I'm not a big fan of the color, but you know, hey, it's what we got. And it's leftover, so we need to find ways to use these things. Okay. Trying to be a little random with that. Let's go with the purple. Now we got our blue. Like I said, this is all paint left over from the Dragon's Egg project. There we go. Get a little splatter in with purple. There we go. You just barely squeeze the can of spray paint. Make dots. We'll throw some red in there too. Why not? Looking a little light on it. Okay. All right. I'm a nerd, so I'm going to use the largest brush that I bought instead of the smallest one. And let's see what it looks like if we'll just drag it. Oh, God, that's crazy. Looks terrible. All right. Try a few different things here. We'll probably put several coats on this. Yeah, my paint's already dry. Give it some nice texture with the brush, though. I like that. Well, that didn't work. Hell with it. That bristle brush is in there forever now. Let's keep going. Red. Come on, purple. Purple. Learning your colors today, kids. Check chat real quick. Oh, nothing. All right. We just keep repeating the process until we get something we think looks interesting. I'm thinking more red and purple is the way for me to go. I do like having the hints of blue, but I think it might have been a little bit much. Oh, this is white. Purple. And a little more blue. Maybe a little more purple. All right, I'm starting to like that. Now let's make it look ugly again. Oh, the wind's picking up. We're gonna get wet. Let's see, what are we missing? Other than the rain, which is coming in hard, I might actually have to relocate. Check chat. Nope. I wonder if water gets on this spray paint, if it'll have some type of like adverse reaction. I don't know. There we go. You know what? That just happened. Let's go all the way with it. Might as well. Come on, pull off the bottom there. Well, that wind. I wasn't too worried about the rain, but that wind is definitely doing a number here. So this is a prime example of when nothing goes to plan. And I'm going to have to move some stuff, because this ain't happening. Y'all sit tight. God, who called in for the hurt? Oh, what a nightmare. I know y'all can't see what I got going on here, but I got a whole list of electronics hooked up here right now. I'm trying to get them all to play nice at the same time while getting them moved is not something it's wanting to do. So, patient, we'll get okay. Light. Camera on that. A lot of stuff to move. If you're just joining chat, I just got hit with a tornado. So this is one of those wonderful situations where everything goes wrong. Yeah, really annoying. I promise if you rewind the video, it was sunny a few minutes ago. And now I'm having to move all my camera equipment, all the electronics, the lights, everything. No, it only takes 2 or 3 hours to get set up for a video, and then have to move everything in the middle of the video is terrible. Cans of spray paint flying all over the place, plastic getting all over everything. This one's for the record books. Pop the camera up and let y'all see what it looks like out here now. Like I said, just a minute ago it was sunny. Now it's flooding. That's where I was set up and everything started flying. Yeah, you can see the plastic started folding over this. That's why it's all white. It's all good. Ain't nothing gonna stop my stride. Ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Whoa, no. So, it's no secret, I live in the South. And in the South, we have a saying. When life gives you lemons, you know you probably just found lemons. And when it gets you down, make a comforter. Long story short, if you're doing something you want to do and things don't work out your way, just keep going. Who knows? Maybe you'll come up with something really interesting. It's possible. All right, so we're gonna try this again, which should be interesting because the wind is blowing hard and I can barely hear myself think over the rain. Let's see. Speaking of dragons, I have at least one more from Dragon Mask to paint for Rise of Tiamat. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I even got paint on my hands. That's odd. People are going to start thinking I'm a painter and not a porn star. Blue. Yeah, I even got cans of paint where the Dexter Show Room School of Workstations, right? We're just having at it here. I try to go outside every day and do something. I had this leftover paint from the last project. It's like, I'm never going to use this paint for anything. I need to find something to do with it. That brush is shot. Let's see here. So that's what we're doing. We're finding ways to waste all this spray paint. I'm doing a pretty good job at wasting it. Clear. Back and forth a little bit. Oh crap. If I can get the lid off. Then we'll do the thing where we just barely push down on the cap and it'll spit her out. Alright, now what? Because I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm not even going to lie. The weather kicking in like that really threw me off. Take one of our cheap brushes, Dollar Tree. Okay. Now we're going to take our heat gun to it to dry it off in 150% humidity. And my heat gun's soaked, so let's see if I get zapped. Fooled you. Man, having to move everything in midstream is really going to slow this down. And everything's wet. The stuff we do, you know? Last night I decided I wanted to go for a walk. It was raining. Well, it wasn't raining when I started my walk, but I carry an umbrella. And I'm out walking, and it's like 10 o'clock at night in the middle of the damn woods on a walking path, and I got women running past me in the middle of the night in freaking bikinis, jogging. I was like, well, I guess they ain't too worried about getting wet. So if we got any girls in the chat, tell me, does that seem odd to you? It's raining, you want to jog, so just go out in your two-piece thong bathing suit and take a jog. Because it threw me off a little bit. I'm not saying anything about the women. I'm going to say that they were definitely attractive women. And they were definitely showing off their assets in the middle of their jogs. And you know, I'm one of those people that's all for whatever makes you happy. So I ain't saying nothing about that. What I'm saying is does it seem normal for him to be doing that in the middle of a rainstorm at night in the middle of the woods? Because I mean, I was a good solid at least mile from civilization where I was. And it just really seems dangerous for women to be walking alone in the woods. And it was the first time I've come across that many women at night. I mean, it does happen on occasion, but it's really not that often. Usually it's couples or something like that. So this is interesting. The heat gun is having an awkward effect on the paint. It's actually separating it from the canvas. But I kind of like the effect that it's given. So we're going to keep doing it. Because there's nobody here to tell us we're doing it the wrong way. We're just doing us, you know? Check chat. Annoying tribal exclusive reef newsletter Aesthetically pleasing, but yeah, seems a bit odd. Yeah, I mean, these are good looking women. It just, I don't know. I'm the kind of person that feels like people shouldn't have to be afraid to take walks at night. And I really do believe that you should not be afraid to go outside and walk. But at the same time, I'm also a realist. So I do realize that there are people out there, we'll call them predators, that would take advantage of a situation like that where a woman is out there on her own. Now, me, on the other hand, probably the best thing that could happen to a woman in that situation is I be within earshot. Because I'm not going to lie, I'd come running and help as quick as I could. But not everyone thinks like me, and not everyone would be willing to help. A lot of people would actually run the other way, being afraid they'd get caught up in it. You know what? This video gets 500 likes. I will wear the Borat banana bikini and jog through the rain. You can quote me on that, because I ain't bashful. Okay. So we did get an interesting texture from heating it up with the heat gun, but I'm not big on being able to see the canvas underneath. So we might do another layer or two. We'll just fog it. Layers! More layers! I'm serious. Y'all make it happen. I'll go buy that banana bikini. It'll be like a train wreck. You won't be able to stop watching. Totally worth it. A little more red. Now I feel like we took out too much blue. Now I've got some other colors here, but we're going to use those in a minute for something else. We're getting there. Let's get a little heavier with the purple, I think. We'll just do a fog over with this. Apparently this purple's not hard to overpower with. A touch more red. The brushing on the canvas has actually really done some stuff. It has created a texture on the canvas, and the paint really likes to grab a hold of it. I'll do a close-up after this is all dried up and everything, but it's catching the paint from odd angles and stuff like that. So in person, this is pretty bright colored. Can you describe the suspect Hank Hill as Bobby Ross running around in a boat banana hammock? I'll tell you what. You know what's not cool, Bobby? Having to pay taxes for 4th of July fireworks on the day we used to remember not paying taxes. Also, guys, I know 98% of the people that follow and watch my videos are not subscribed, so, you know, if you're liking the content, please subscribe. I do stupid shit on a regular basis, and I'm a people pleaser, so, you know, get on the Discord and make a suggestion. I'll make it happen one way or another. Also, this turned out pretty cool. Let's let it dry naturally for a minute. A lot of my videos get age restricted on a regular basis. You can find most of those videos in the not safe for work section of my channel. If you're going to watch those, do it alone, in the dark, with a box of tissues. That's up to you. Because what you do behind closed doors is your business, you dirty pervert. Chat, chat. Oh. No. There we go. Daggone it, Dale. Okay, I'm actually digging this. It's starting to look interesting. We got some other cool paints here we're definitely going to use. I got some chrome metallic paint. We got a bunch of black. We got some clear coat. We got expensive black. So let's see here. We're still pretty tacky. And we do need to dry it off a good bit before we go on to the next step. I figured this project would take a little while and not really look good if I hyperlapsed it. Which, thinking back on it, I kind of wish I would have hyperlapsed it. Because then I could have skipped through the whole embarrassing tornado taking over my table part. Because that was totally scripted. I'll have y'all know. That was totally scripted. I hooked up with Joe Biden and Donald Trump and asked them if it was okay if I asked Kamala Harris for permission to use the weather machine during my stream. And she's like, yeah, I'm running for president. This will be good PR. Where are them bikini babes running to from? Actually, I do a lot of videos from that location. You know, if you live local to me, you're always more than free to come with me on my little excursions. Just hit me up on Discord and let me know what your free dates are. I like to hang out. I like to chat with people. I think that's one of the reasons why live stream is so appealing. It's easier to do long format content when you have someone to talk to. Where's local? I'm in Cobb County, Georgia, right above Atlanta. So come visit. We'll get a hot dog or something. Cheeseburger, whatever. Bring vegan teacher with you. We'll go get a steak together. All right, so we're dry to the touch, but it's still too sticky. If I put anything on this, it'll just rip the paint off. So we'll just keep slow going with the gun and give it breaks in between. Also, guys, for real, if you're going to do stuff like this in a public place, especially a park like where I'm at right now, bring some plastic with you. I'm one of those weird people that considers graffiti to be artwork, but at the same time, unintentional graffiti is genuinely ugly. Nobody wants to come at a park and sit at a table just covered in random splotches of spray paint. But this is definitely something you need to do outside and not in your house. Thing's hot. You can see where the plastic rolled up on it. Give that a second to cool off. Let's set it here on top of the spray cans. Let's see. Beauty tip while I'm thinking about it. If you want to know if your nail polish is dry without running it, give it a lick. It won't mar polish and it tastes bad. It's still wet. I'm sure y'all have realized by now, but I actually age restrict all my content, so when YouTube age restricts it again, it's almost impossible to see it. But if you are not 18, I just learned today, you have to have a driver's license to buy spray paint. What the hell? I had to walk back out to my vehicle, get my wallet, and show ID to buy a can of spray paint because I wanted a can of black. Other than, a $30 can of black. And the lady behind the counter told me that boomers like to spray this stuff in a bag and huff it to get high. Okay. All right, I can see that. I was a kid, we did a bunch of graffiti and stuff, and one time I did get stoned off of spray paint, but I felt sick as a dog the whole time, and the next day I wanted to die. So, don't huff spray paint. If you're gonna get high, do it the right way. Yeah. Alright. Just cooling off. It's getting there. Let's take a couple of these cans. The wind is dying down finally. Half the time when I come out here, I've actually had deer come in this little space that I'm sitting in just to get out of the weather, get out of the sun for a minute. And the deer out here are so, what's a good word for it? They're so used to people that they'll actually walk up to you. All right. Let's grab some blood real quick. And by blood, I mean sweet tea and Mountain Dew. Ambivalent. I gotta be honest with you, dude, I'm pretty smart and I have no clue what that word means. But I like tacos. And chances are, if we met in person, we'd probably have a good time. And I'm totally down for that. Also, any of you that have not managed to find my Discord yet, the Discord link is posted in the comment section of every video. We live chat almost daily. A lot of video game stuff. One of our guys even bought a 7 Days to Die server so that everybody could play at the same time. It's pretty cool. They've done some really neat stuff on that server. Don't huff stuff. Get high on herb instead. There we go. Well, let me say something, Mr. Annoying. I do not partake, but I do not begrudge those that do. I smoke cigarettes. I don't do it around my kids, though. But, you know, if you have the need for the green, you got that need. Actually, pumping gasoline once. Yeah, good Lord, high school. God, this'll, if anybody out there actually knows me from back then, this'll give me away. I was in high school and I have a 66 Mustang, and my gas tank had a pinhole in it, so I was replacing the gas tank on my Mustang. In order to replace the gas tank on that particular model, one of the things I had to do first was I had to remove the fuel pump. Version of something into the future. So I pulled the what do you call it? I pulled out the fuel float and did not. It had 3 bolts, and you have to turn it and pull it out like a locking hub system. And when I popped it out, I'd say about 12 gallons of gasoline poured out on me. And it was a miserable, miserable, miserable experience. You know what? I feel like we can exaggerate this a little more and make it look a little better. We got a knife on me? Yeah, so for the next couple of weeks while I was in school, no matter how much I washed, how much I showered, it did not matter. I reeked of gasoline. And I kept begging the school to just let me stay home until it wore off. And they literally thought that I was just trying to get out of school. What they did not understand was in the 4 years that I went to high school, I only missed 1 day of school. And that was when my great-grandmother passed away. I actually liked high school because, well, honestly, that's where I went to chase girls. High school was my social time. growing up on farmland and stuff like that in the middle of nowhere, not a whole lot of people around, you know? So, yeah, I'd go to school, play sports, do whatever school activities there were, ROTC and all that jazz. And, yeah, school really was, you know, my free time. Okay, so that looks a little better over here than it does over here, so we'll do the other side too. Give y'all notice what I got here. This is a mobile from Dollar Tree, but we're just repurposing it. You're meant to color this for like little kid school projects and stuff. But yeah, smelling like gasoline, and it was not fun. It just made me feel sick all the time. Couldn't get the smell out of my nose, couldn't get it out of my skin. Just would not go away. And then, you know, obviously, kids are cruel as shit, so some people try to pick on you. Which was fine by me, because I'm a pretty big dude. And back then, my temper wasn't as mellow as it is now. I was definitely not a bully. I was a bully's worst nightmare. I really, truly enjoyed fighting back then. Which I'm not saying anybody should. But some bully picking on a scrawny little nerdy guy was just an open invitation for me to have free time. I'd go beat the hell out of the bully and make a new friend out of the little guy. Always root for the underdog, you know? And to this day, I'm still friends with many of them, even though they live abroad, and a lot of them have gone to Iraq or moved overseas. A couple of them become actors. It's really interesting. No. It's actually funny that you brought up Cirrus. Cirrus is a very close friend of mine. And y'all, if you're into politics, you should definitely check out his channel, especially if you're left-leaning. It's good, informative content. It's a little extreme for me personally, but at the end of the day, what y'all need to remember is it's entertainment. Cirrus is a wonderful person that does a lot of really good for a lot of people, and he puts his money where his mouth is, which is more than I can say about a lot of people. It's one thing to say you would like to do something good for somebody. It's another thing when you show up and you do it. And Cirrus is that guy that will show up and he will do it, and he will give you the shirt off of his back even if it hurts him. Personally though, I prefer his gaming content. He also has an MTG channel, and I do play Magic along with some other card games. But he is a close friend, and I'm proud to say I love him, and I'd stand beside him any day of the week in any argument, even if I thought he was wrong. But that's what friends do. Let's just randomly place these around here. Could use a spray can cap, honestly. So you don't have to buy this. I mean, you literally could just cut out a couple pieces of cardboard and just stick them down, would be fine. It's let's see here. Need something bigger, I feel like. Just something to take up this corner would be nice. Maybe move this up a little bit. Oh, light died. Just a new light. But yeah, on the serious topic, Cyrus is he's a Democrat. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I am a nonpartisan. So I see the good and bad in both parties, and nobody agrees with me, so I can't particularly agree with them. And a lot of it comes from me being an idealist. I'm the person that sits down and says, if the whole world did this, everybody would be happy. Why don't we do that? Well, because if it was Joe Biden's idea, all these guys don't want to do it. Well, it was Trump's idea, so all these guys over here, they don't want to do it. Good can come from anyone. As for the election itself goes, no president wants to go down as being, some evil demonic president. So Trump, Biden, Camilla, whoever, they're going to do everything they can to look good when they get in office. No one running for office wants to look bad. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. There's a lot of firsts going on. I think we're going to cut this one and use it down here. Actually, there might be a way to cheat this that could look pretty cool. What if we had this coming out of a corner like that? I'll shift that down here. You know what? I think we're going to do that. We'll just go over it and move it as need be. Okay. Let's see, chat. Utopia would be nice, but 3,000 or so billion in the world are why we can't have nice things. Yeah, the whole world's crazy. Honestly, I like animals a lot more than I do people. I spend a lot of time outside in nature, and I enjoy my time outside. I got a pet chicken. We might have to do a video on Miss Kitty one day. Miss Kitty is my pet chicken who wears a cat collar that says, "I identify as a cat. Please don't eat me." Because my neighbors already tried to eat her like twice. But yeah, the world's a terrible place at the end of the day. Good things, though, is I feel like the war in Ukraine is almost over. I feel like we're overdue for that to be over. The Ukrainians found out they could take a $30 Walmart drone and attach a, what is it called? An old World War II incendiary grenade to it, because Russians have a bad habit of never closing the hatches on their tanks. And just kind of didn't see somebody coming by with a Dollar Tree bomb, basically. All right, we got our blacks, expensive black. Let's dust it with some purples, because we like purple. Splash in some reds. Then we'll go over with a little blue. Then we'll hit it with some black again. Compensate. Trying to get it to sputter is actually hard. Okay. One more purple and red, and then one more coat of black. Oh, the other black. Wonder if we can speckle some white in here. That'd kind of look cool. Or even the gold, honestly. Let's try this. If we ruin it, we'll ruin it. Oh, there we go. We got them polka dots. All right. Now we need a piece of cardboard. We're just going to cut a streak into this because, you know, why not? Give ourselves a little accent. Okay. Break out the gold. Actually, do I have any silver? No. Side-eye. Gold will look cool. Just a random streak. Set this to the side. Relight our cigarette. Now we have negatives here. We can actually do a little bit of fun stuff with the negative using that gold paint too. Why not? Let's start with some red. bit of blue, and a splash of gold, because it's weird and funky, and we're okay with that. Let's fill these up. Got another idea. There we go. Now let's see, we can stab this. Nope, we'll have to pick it up. And that just happened. Alright, let's peel it up. Oh, of course it did that. Because why wouldn't it? We'll put it here over our red. Give it a little another touch of black. See, where did our white go? Get in there. More. We'll peel. Yeah, so dry. All right. Clear. Last step. Unless we want to keep going, which you obviously can. Okay. Pop it. Pop our camera. So, that's going to be it. Let's see here. Check chat real quick. Currently I'm MacGyvering a pin spring into a trigger of my airbrush because it keeps getting stuck. Annoying. If you can get on my Discord, hit me up. I might be able to help you with that. Chances are you have one of 3 brands of airbrush, and even if you have an off brand, it's just a clone of one of those brands. The most common is the Iwata clones. The spring itself isn't really all that important, but if you have a local hobby shop, like a crafting store, you can probably buy an appropriate size spring, or just get on the website and order a new spring. I'm going to assume that you were taking your airbrush apart and lost your spring, because if I'm being honest, this is the first time I've ever heard of somebody losing one. But that's going to be it for the stream. I'll be in the Discord. Come hang out. Y'all take care. Hope your life gets better than it is. I hope everybody's life gets better than it is. I hope y'all can afford a Coke next week. Take care. Be good. And subscribe. Bye.